Hey folks, this is Aaron with Metal Detection SC, and somewhere in the back, I can't see it quite yet, but we'll get to it. We're going to be exploring an old pack house today. A very, very old one, but look, we're not going into it. We're just going to walk around it and look at the history, so maybe we can preserve a little bit of it. So that's what we're into today. And I hope you enjoy the journey as much as I do. Alright folks, as promised, the old pack house is coming up. We're walking down an old road that looks like it may have been forgotten. And look at these great big old trees right here. This is going to be a place that I'm going to come back and do some metal detecting. So let's go check out the pack house and see what it has to offer. I don't know the age on this pack house, but it survived several hurricanes, I can assure you of that. There's a view of the pack house right there. So let's get closer. Alright folks, let's have a look at the front of this pack house. Yeah, the good old Spanish moss right yonder. So let's have a look at the front of the pack house. You can see that it used to have glass windows in it. There's still some of the glass in it. So it was a very nice pack house at one point in time. You know, we have a lot of implements on the side. We got an old hay rake, I can see right off the bat. We've got a concrete pylon, so you know they may have been replaced at one point in time, not for sure. But as we get closer, I'll take a look at the nails and see. But let's explore it, see what we have. And there's the entrance step, and that's a funny piece of angle, but it may have been a stone step at one point in time to go in. You know, like I said, I'm not going to go into this pack house. I don't think, you know, I'm sure that it's structurally sound. Maybe we can have a peek inside of it and see if we see anything. Oh yeah, yep, I see stuff in there. Alright, so yeah, definitely, oh yeah, looks like maybe even a set of steps going up. So that's pretty cool. Alright, well that's about as far. Maybe if I can get the permission, we'll have a look inside. I have the permission to detect the area. So, you know, as you can see, it's just old round nails on this. There are some square nails there, right there, but it's definitely been worked on. All right, so let's have a look at this old pack house. All right off the bat, we see the old hay rake. That's pretty cool in itself. We have an old box of sorts, and then we have a old hook to be pulled probably by an old wagon or behind a wagon. So I'm probably pretty sure we're going to find a wagon, another wagon besides this one. Yeah, there's the old hay rake. You gotta love that old metal seat. I mean, it just makes you wonder and think, you know, throughout history, how many people have rode on top of that, and you know, how hot were the days, how cold were they. So, and that definitely is set up to be attached to a mule. So, oh yes, most definitely, we have an old wagon, and you can see that the wagon has the very, very old axles and spokes on it. That's probably, from what I understand, this wagon dates back to the 1800s. We'll have a look at the back of it here. I was told anyways that anything here could possibly date back that far, but we'll continue to have a look here. I mean, that is just awesome. Let's get up underneath it and have a look. Oh, I mean, you can see the construction, and there is a piece of hand-hewn, see if I can get into it here, a piece of hand-hewn cypress right there that goes back off the yoke and goes down as an axle. I hope it's in focus. We'll back out of it a little bit. But I mean, that is old. Oh, I mean, this is history that is not going to be around much longer. And you can actually still see remnants of the old paint where it was painted. This wagon at one point in time was green. It looked to have been painted green with yellow spokes. We'll have a look inside the wagon. Don't rightly see anything but old baling wire and just some old round nails poking out of some boards. Definitely need to be up to date on your tetanus shot to do this. But still in all, it's a pretty cool place. There's the wagon right yonder. Again, see if we can get the front of it here. Oh yeah, look at the old brake. They even put a tire by it. That's pretty cool. Ingenuity along the way, folks. Ingenuity along the way. There's the pieces of the old yoke right there. So you can see the links that hooked up to the mules. I mean, this is just too cool. And then, of course, we have some more modern stuff here. I saw something that intrigued me, and maybe you all will know what it might be. I've never seen this hubcap per se before. It could be a V8. It could be, I don't know. I'm not familiar with it. But if you all know what it is, let me know. It's an old spoked wheel. Again, there's a logo. Let's see if we can get it in a little bit. There we go. All right. There's the old spoked wheel. It's definitely seen its use. The axle looks like it may have came off an automobile too. All right, so let's get back to exploring this place. And there's my trusty sidekick. She's out exploring today with her puppy dog. Say hi to everybody. All right, you playing in the sand? All right, well, let's take a look at this old pack house some more. All right, as you can see, you know, she's definitely been weathered by the hurricanes. Definitely been weathered by the hurricanes. Okay, yeah. Alright folks, as we've seen the old wagon and my trusty little sidekick there digging in the sand, we're going to continue on around this place. You can see the ravages of the hurricanes that have come through from the 50s on up, and I'm sure prior to that. We'll have a look at it here. I mean, it's a pretty awesome place. It really is. So it's a fairly good sized pack house. You can see there used to be windows down here on the bottom, and those have been taken out. But let's get down up underneath it and see if we can see anything that would make us think it might be a little bit older. Yeah, I don't see anything up underneath there. Do you all? You all will see it before I do. But we're down at the foundation of it. I do see some old wood right there. And that quite possibly could have been replaced by these concrete pieces here. Alright, so let's rock on. Alright. Yeah, this is pretty cool. I'm enjoying seeing history. Yeah, definitely the backside is made out of round nails. So I'm going to say probably the, you know, I really don't know. These things are rebuilt so much that you just don't know how old anything is. There's an old plow right yonder. Let's see if we can get a look at that. And what looks to be an old water heater, or heater of some sorts. We'll call it that. We'll just leave it at that. Alright, some sawhorses, some hooks, and old assortments of metal and wood. Alright, right now we're up underneath the pack house. There's an old wash tub, and there's an old mason jar. Of course, there's a bunch of old mason jars around here. But oh, look at that big tank. Wow, that's pretty cool. All right, we'll get up here and see if we can find out what's what. All right, there's definitely something cool. That is one of the original posts for this pack house. You can see that they've just taken a piece of wood, a piece of tree, actually chopped it down, skint the wood off, or skint the bark off of it, might I say, and used it as a post. All right, so let's cruise on around. Take a closer look at that. I mean, this is stuff that you just don't see anymore. I mean, that is just too cool. Alright, and that's what we see down there. There's that bigger tank. Not for sure what it was used for. And I hear someone calling for me. I'm right here. Look at the old hooks right here. Now these are pretty cool. These old hooks on this pack house, they're made of wood that have been shaped by hand. That's just cool. And then they've attached them to the side. And again, that's the heater. Could have heated the pack house. But looks like we got some pretty old hardware here and there. All right, folks. That's all for the pack house. Now we're gonna walk back out. You ready to walk back out?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Let me have some sand in here.
Some sand?
Yeah.
It'll be all right. All right. Did you have fun?
Let's get out.
All right. Well, folks, we are going to head back out. The sky is getting kind of gray, and there's the road down yonder. So we're going to hit it. All right, folks, we're taking our walk out, and like I said, this is just an awesome place. I'm still coming back to metal detect. Not today, but we'll have one more look. There's a pack house down yonder, but that's not the same. And we'll say bye to the old pack house and hope that maybe that it's still around for another 25 or 30 years, and hope that nobody burns it down. It's a lot of history there, I can guarantee you that. And maybe the next time I'm back, maybe I will go inside of it. I'm sure that it's structurally sound, semi-sure anyways. But I'll have a look at that when I come back. Alright, until then we see the old moss swinging in the trees. The breeze is picking up. Looks like it might be going to rain just a hair, but that's alright. Had a good day looking at this old pack house. I'm going to share this video with y'all, and I hope that you've enjoyed looking at this pack house as much as I have. Like I said, it's just history that's going to be lost eventually. So Alright folks, that's all. Hey folks, this is Aaron with Metal Detecting SC, and right behind us there, that was the old pack house that you saw. Like I said, there was a lot of history there, I'm sure of it. You can see different ages from the 1800s all the way to about the mid 40s, 50s there. So everything in between. So it's definitely going to come back here and metal detect. But you know, this is just something. Let's see if I can. Yeah, there it is. That's just something that you don't want to lose. But unfortunately, it's going to happen. So it's sad, but I guess it's a part of life. You know, it just makes you stop and think about all the people that were around here that worked these fields that used to be here, and you know, who were they? What did they do in life? You know, some of them I knew, not personally, but I knew of. But you know, it's a piece of history, and that's what I'm trying to preserve here. You know, this is something that somebody will always be able to see. All right, so let's start our journey out of here. Let's see if I can flip this thing around, and we will go. All right, it's a narrow little road. It's not too bad. I'm not going to show exactly where it's at. Not to be stingy, but just to preserve everything as much as possible. But that's all, folks. Have a good day. This is Aaron with Metal Detecting SC. Wishing everybody the best. If you please like and subscribe this video, and there'll be more to come.